This is a flight that can never land. The plane has to keep flying away from the sun, heading westward. Otherwise, every single passenger on board will die. It's because the sun has mutated. Any living thing exposed to sunlight dies instantly. At first, no one believed Jimmy's warning. Someone even locked him in the bathroom by force. Once the plane landed, they planned to hand Jimmy over to the police as a terrorist. But just as the plane was about to reach the airport, the captain looked out the window and saw fires raging on the ground. Countless people were frantically running toward the tarmac. Could the apocalypse really be here? The scene before them finally made everyone believe Jimmy, so the captain decided to let Jimmy out. However, seeing everyone's panic, Jimmy actually calmed down. He demanded the captain hand over his weapon, otherwise everyone would die together. The captain had no choice but to agree. After getting the weapon, Jimmy quickly revealed the truth. The sun suddenly mutated a few days ago. Anyone exposed to sunlight would die immediately. To survive, they had to race against the sun, keep flying west. But right then, Anna pointed out that with the plane's current fuel reserves, they couldn't possibly make it to the westernmost airport. They'd have to stop midway to refuel and get supplies. Seeing the situation getting urgent, everyone had to accept this harsh reality. Then the captain and Anna returned to the cockpit. Although the others had calmed down, a sense of panic quietly spread through the cabin. Soon, the plane reached the nearest airport, but because of the earlier chaos, a lot of the plane's electronic equipment was damaged. The captain could only make an emergency landing by feel. However, the massive momentum made it hard to stop the plane. Fortunately, at the last moment, thanks to his extensive experience, the captain managed to land the plane safely. Then the passengers rushed to evacuate via the stairs. At this point, their phones finally had signal. Everyone hurried to contact family and friends. But just as they started to calm down a bit, a military vehicle suddenly pulled up in front of them. 3 soldiers stepped out of the vehicle. Through their conversation, everyone confirmed Jimmy's doomsday prediction, so they quickly began gathering supplies, then took off again to continue their escape. However, during this time, John quietly pulled Anna aside. He discovered through military news that the 3 soldiers who just boarded were lying. Turns out they weren't separated from their unit, but war criminals on the run. Now everyone was in even greater danger.